My name is Bob Hassel. I'm from Kenneck, Idaho. Specifically, I'm a consultant forester. I work with private landowners and help manage their timber. My stakeholder, I guess, is on the other. I am not one of those that are firmly in the camp that global warming, which is what we're talking about here, is a product of anthropogenic activity. If we sit there and say that we have climate change, that is an obvious truth. It's just like there's oxygen in the air. If the climate had not changed, we'd still be hunting mastodons at the front of the glacier up in Coeur d'Alene. What happens, though, is that on these particular standards, I would say yes, do not strike them. But also, I want to include things from scientists, credible scientists, I hate to say this, for those who don't believe it, that are opposed or do not believe that anthropological global warming is occurring. I base this upon the fact that, yes, I know, the 97%, no one ever gives me a source for that. They just whip off the 97%. It's like, okay, if we repeat something long enough, it'll become fact. It doesn't quite work that way. The scientific method does not allow it, okay? But anyway, as this gentleman here said, what we need to do is have more critical thinking in our schools. And what we need to do is present both sides of the argument. Because when I do it, I'm a field forester, and there's a legion of field foresters like me across the country who review all this science and all the studies and everything like that. Because the things we do are not only applicable today, but we have to plan out into the future, the long-term future, and to our children and grandchildren and what they're going to do. And we take a look at a lot of this science and say, no, it is incomplete, or it's poor, or it's not there altogether, okay? For example, a lot of the science you will see will never, ever mention the Pacific Decadal Oscillation, or the Atlantic Decadal Oscillation, or the Arctic Ocean Decadal Oscillation, which does affect our planet. If we want to take a what drives the planet and the climate on our planet, we better take a look at the axial tilt of the Earth and the solar radiation that's incoming. We also better take a look at the fact that the Pacific Ocean, which is the largest physical feature on our planet, is what drives the climate in not only North and South America, but actually across the entire world. If we want to put these standards in there, and I would agree, put them back in. I have an absolute problem. But you're also going to put in things that allow students to make not only a decision for themselves on what's occurring in the realm of climate, or global warming actually, or climate change, whatever you want to occur. We're also going to teach them to take a hard look at and weigh the facts as they occur, all right? And also to look for the evidence that is and is not there. Because what happens is, in this debate that is occurring, in the computer models that are presented, a lot of the evidence that we would, everyone wants to accept as hard fact, and that is simply, absolutely certain, is not true. Sorry, science doesn't work that way, all right? The law of gravity exists. Try to explain it. As a forester, though, I said we do work in the realm of long-term areas, and this is something that we're not kooks on. We're not people that are wild-eyed and sitting there saying, well, no, this can't be, and all that stuff. We have to take an objective look at the facts. That's what we do as foresters. And when we take a look at things like forest health, we not only take a look at the climate, we also take a look at other factors, as in the age of the forest and what's happening out there, et cetera, et cetera. And so if we are going to sit there and say, yes, global warming is occurring, okay, why is it occurring? If you're going to sit there and say that it is only from human cause, we have to sit there and say, no, there's a skepticism, and a healthy skepticism, and a skepticism from people that are credible that needs to be presented also. So if you're going to put the standards back in, go ahead, but also put the credible arguments that also exist against the cause for anthropogenic global warming.
Okay, thank you.